to be dressed appropriate for the zone.
Done.
And so for that, you need to have money to actually get the clothes. That's the main thing.
Do you have sewing or anything like that? Well,
no. When it becomes an insanity, what I'm planning is that whenever I turn up in the zone, if I'm not wearing the right clothes, I'm just going to rip those clothes off and go running out screaming and saying, I need new clothes, I need new clothes. Tell me that's not debilitating. Go on, tell me that's not debilitating.
That's good.
Like whenever I'd appear in the claims, all of a sudden, oh, run out of the claims.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, but I'm trying to develop it as a quirk first.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Get people used to it so that they actually,
do you use melee weapons at all?
Not hugely. I don't really have enough points to really put a lot of stuff over there. Clubs, base, knives is base, swords is hobby. I'll put a couple of points into bow and crossbow. So bow's hobbyist. Otherwise, unarmed. I'm pretty sure I put some points into unarmed. Yeah, I put points into unarmed. Not quite professional. I just didn't quite have enough to get things up to professional. I can throw though. I can throw.
You can throw. Well, I would suggest you get one melee weapon that you are comfortable working with, and stick with that now.
I was thinking I'll probably just, I do have points in swords, but I'll probably otherwise just build up clubs because as Lo keeps saying, anything can be a club.
Yeah, I mean, even brass knuckles, if you're doing unarmed, will help.
Yeah.
It's just a bump up, but still.
Yeah, clubs are always handy.
Nearly at the moment would be unarmed.
Well, we can go to the blacksmith and ask for some brass knuckles if you want. Make some for you. They're cheap and...
Do you think we're going to be getting into a fight?
Well, just so you have them for future.
It'll take time for them to make that. It'll take time for them to make them. It's kind of a specialty thing.
Yeah, well.
We'll put an order in, and when we're done, we'll come back and collect it.
Yep.
Okay, so what half you said, Logan, to...
Yeah, jungle's always changing.
Nothing to help.
That's fine, don't worry. But
fortunately, Lucky is his middle name right after abused. So you guys head over there, and let me give you a little intro here. Freddie, take a card for getting the most qualified, or potentially the most qualified, the best skilled person for this entire land with you to this land. So,
yes.
Next off, Jameis, have you been here before?
My survival and my French are both professional, so.
Have you been here before, Jameis? Oh, no.
No, don't be silly.
He also hasn't been to the village. Needs tarot cards.
Oh, yeah.
For that as well.
Have you been here before? Am I dying? Can you guys hear me?
Yes. He has not been here before.
Okay, well, you guys gotta let me know if I'm dying, because the light's green, but I'm not trusting the fucking internet.
Ooh, it's not good.
You're dying on and off. It's not worth mentioning it.
It really goes off and on. Sometimes you die, and then like a minute later you're fine, and then just fine for a long time. So it's really hard to.
Good point. Okay, here's Jameis's 4 words. Oh, that's very good.
Yeah.
Also, Logan, just keep in mind there's about a 3 or 4 second delay between when we talk and you hear us. So just so you know.
For both zones.
Queen of Swords. I'm going to have a whole deck just by myself at this rate.
And you pick up a bunch of new skills at Learn. and more.
Just copy and paste.
That's a good idea.
I'll just paste them here before I put them onto the sheet.
There, you pick up all those skills. And both of you give me luck rolls at half.
Yeah. What's this luck you talk about? Not at half.
On top of that, let's see. Tarot deck hide, fog item show.
Oh, 4 items.
Oh.
Right. Let me give you the description here. And just alert me if something is killed by evil internet thing. Hold on, map places. Okay. To your rear is thick, churning fog. It goes off in both directions as far as you can see, which, considering that eventually jungle kind of blocks it, is not super duper far. A river runs out of the fog, a big river. Like, if you're a strong swimmer, you can get to the other side. If you're not, don't recommend trying. It runs out toward a very near
the village.
What? Are you interrupting me, Freddie?
Yeah, he knows. This is the place.
Okay, cool.
The right place.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys went to the village.
Not in the village. But
Near. Yeah, you're back in.
We're in the right place. Yeah.
Anyway, the river runs out of the fog toward a nearby very small town or work camp. You can see distant creatures working there. Most of the terrain near the river looks like mud flats. Everything else is jungle. It's hot here. Holy shit, swamp ass Vietnam crawling through the jungle hot. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
That's where you're at and what you see. And you don't have any binoculars and shit with you, so that's pretty much it.
I point out the obvious traps and tell him to avoid those traps.
Take a card,
And
Freddie,
then we're
for
gonna
reminding me.
Enter the village, but when... Okay.
The obvious trap
I'll
is
play Orb of Knowledge and take... Yeah, go ahead.
the obvious trap looks like a big string or rope that goes to bells. So if you were to just walk forward and hit the string, it causes bells to swing and presumably makes noise. That's it. No weird spikes or any of that shit.
And we are not going to we're not going to approach the village directly from the fog. We're gonna go around and did like we did last time, so we're not entering directly from here.
It's going to be tricky because the jungle's really, really thick. And basically what you want to do is head off through the jungle and come around. This is a job for direction sense man.
What? We didn't need direction sense last time.
You didn't do a very good job last time.
Oh, yes, you did. I have direction sense. Or do you want to do it?
I have. Can I support?
Yeah.
Go for it.
Okay, I'll support because that's how good my direction sense is.
Mm-hmm.
Go support. No, I can't. I don't know. It's tree. There's a tree there.
Mm-hmm.
Watch out for the tree.
So, night is coming. You're lost in the fucking jungles. There's a lot of weird noises
Do
and
you have a
shit.
reroll or anything?
You hear, it sounds like giant creatures in the darkness are stirring, preparing to get up and go out and feed. You're not sure what kind of horrors the jungle
I'll
holds.
spend a hero point. So.
What's wrong with my description?
Oh, there we go.
All right. You guys come in from a slightly different angle, and the people go, Freddie, did they have a really negative reaction to you last time?
To Glenn, to me it was neutral-ish.
Cool. I wanted to check rather than just assuming they hated you.
It was Glenn, not me.
That's rare. Oh, by the way, I forgot one other thing. Take a card, both of you, because I forgot something. When you came out of the fog, Freddie, laying about 4 meters away on the ground, some sort of bag. It's about the size of a pillowcase and looks like it's made out of burlap. And it's kind of got like a kind of a little bit of foggy mist that kind of rolls off of it and stuff like that. Whatever the fuck that is.
Can I attempt to pick it up and identify it?
Yes, of course. For your identification, I will need a. On that map. I think that's construction.
Whatever it is, it's at learns.
Yeah, enjoy.
Good.
God damn. All right, cool. I will put the. You have identified it. You can now use it, and okay. Between Jameis's Ace of Swords and Queen of Swords, this is what you identify your item as, Freddie.
All right, one sec. Bag of
Cool. Nice. That's what D&D players cream their jeans for.
it's a D3 though. Super likely. So 11.
Hmm? No, it's not
Yeah,
super likely because you can spend reroll cards and pause to. If you roll 1 and you don't want to roll 1, you can spend pause on it.
This magic item is a trap. Never use it.
Yeah.
All right, yeah, I'll take that with me. Sure.
Great.
Put stuff in there that you want to lose.
Yeah. A bag of destruction.
You guys make your way in. I will show you what pictures of the natives look like. They are strange to you. Or maybe not to Janice. He's been around for a while.
And possibly this is going to be where the racist pictures come in.
Yes. Super, super racist pictures. Here we go. There you go. These are examples. Nobody seems to be like only this race is in charge or whatever. But the pigmen are, maybe the pigmen are more numerous and stuff.
Yeah, those listening at home just assume that they are super racist.
Thanks for the hate mail. James, could you describe what you see on the different races, the 4 different races?
Well, they know you, so let's do the. What Freddie wrote on the board to be a lot easier. Just go with what Freddie wrote on the board.
Oh, I was hoping to get
hoping
to get Reb's impressions of them.
You got the blob race, which seem to be a bit of a shapeshifter ones. I can't recognise what species you're using for the second one. Star Trek, I think, but I'm not. Oh. Yeah, Star Trek, but I can't remember what the species is. Lumpy 4-head people. It's Star Trek. What do you expect? Next one is, let's try and zoom in a bit here. It's not doing super detailed pictures here. Oh yeah, these are the monkey creatures that you were describing before with the extra arm skin, which I assume is going to be, they're probably membranes for flying. If I know this, and then some kind of dryads. The dryads or naiads? I can't even remember the difference between the various types.
I think naiads are water and dryads
Tree sprites.
Tree,
Yeah.
Well done. Take card. So
Wolverine.
they a lot of them do have Wolverine type haircuts. Anyway, you guys roll up. They don't act super aggressively, although you notice that there are a large number of armed ones. Nobody's wearing armor, and I'm assuming you guys aren't either. If you're wanting to pull what one of my players did, I'm wearing a fucking leather vest. Yeah, no, but
play immediately. Effects of a desert lifestyle doesn't do anything.
Okay.
well done. You guys roll up, and yeah, it looks like they're cautious. They've got a lot of people with weapons. Spears and stuff are the favored weapons, right? Of course, they also have knives and things, but spears are hands down the favored weapons.
I try to introduce myself. Freddy. Webb. Gesturing to Webb.
One of them says something in French to the other one, which Jameis does need to make a roll. Didn't we see that fucker on the left before? The other one's like, maybe. They all look the same to me. Right, they're all speaking in French. Fortunately, yeah, they all look at Reb like, Freddie, one of them said, the attractive one. Yes.
You sounded a bit. I raised my eyebrows. Like,
Je m'appelle Reb, tu m'appelles Freddy.
They greet you very politely in French and ask what your purpose is here. Why have you come to Ville de Bou?
Yeah, I don't think we'll try and continue the cod French.
No, that's the name of the town. Why have you come to Ville de Bou? It means in English it means
we are explorers from faraway lands, and we've come to investigate the areas around us, and we happen to have come across here.
Oh, you are just scouts? Empathy roll.
To translate for Freddy, are we scouts?
Give me an empathy roll, Jameis, who understands the nuances of the language.
Yeah, even
this is a super loaded question. He may as well have just said, "Are you scouts for an advanced army?"
No, we're just explorers, as you said, adventurers.
They don't understand you.
No army, no, we are mere traders. I pull out
traders.
The thing of yarn. Yeah. We come to see what's around the area and stuff.
Are you creatures of the? Did your lands touch the fog and allow you to come here?
Did we come from via the fog?
No.
Where did we come from then?
Far away.
Far away. Oh, I'll try. No, we didn't. No, we have the fog as well, but no, we've just come from far away lands.
They begin to look a bit more like and he says there are only the 4 kingdoms.
Mm-hmm.
They look at you.
And there are seas, are there not?
Only for so far until the fog. They begin to look more wary
We frequent Peru a lot.
He is parley-vooing perfectly, apparently. Are you from the Kingdom of Ninkruk, perhaps? You do not look
No.
Ninkrukian, nor do you speak it. Perhaps
No.
the Zuborg dynasty?
Freddie, we need a better story than fog.
You are from the
I know
Zuborg
the
dynasty,
land.
perhaps? Hello?
From the which dynasty?
You broke up, sorry.
The Zuborg dynasty, perhaps?
We're from Zuborg. I'm just going to go with yes at some point here, Freddie. So unless you got something, speak up quick. Otherwise, I'm just going to go with a yes.
I had no clue, my dude.
Yes, yes, we are.
You speak Yaldish?
Badly.
But is that not the language of the Zuborg dynasty?
You can see why we have to travel because we, as you can tell, we speak your language quite well.
They look at each other in complete
kicked out-
confusion.
We get kicked out of there often because we don't speak the local languages. Yeah.
I want a fast talk for that. I have to leave home because I can't understand the people who raised me. And they're like, what?
Oh.
They are looking like, no.
do you want a patriotism to refill your hand? Maybe a reroll or something?
I'm just having a look. Yeah.
Perhaps they are Kashians, eh? Yeah, angry muttering. Kashians,
Which race do they look like?
Are you asking them or are you asking me?
Freddie.
Oh.
What race are they? Also, you. What race am I looking at? Which one of the 4 pictures am I looking at? Or which one are they?
All of them. They're all clustered in there. It looks like,
Okay.
yeah, it looks like you've got a nice sampling here. I mean, there's probably as many pigmen as the other 3 combined, but yeah, there's a good sampling here.
Yeah, we're an offshoot of the Yaz. You know, we don't have the flabby. We don't have the. I'll sort of demonstrate the arm flab. We don't have that. We just look like them, but we have a bit less hair.
But
Don't speak the language properly. We're just an offshoot of them.
They look totally baffled, and they go, but Zuborgs are mostly, he indicates one of the blob guys, like, but they're this race. You look like you're starting to dig yourself in deeper.
I said yes. I said the yes. I said look like yes.
But you said you were from the Zuborg dynasty.
We said we were from the Yaz dynasty.
Give me a fast talk.
We don't speak Yaz very well. We're an offshoot of it. That's what I was saying. Yeah. I thought I was talking about the Yaz. So.
No, they're totally baffled now as to what is going on.
Do you want the patriotism?
They look suspicious and
yeah.
angry. Suspicious and angry are their 2.
Put us back to the other page. I want to trade him some stuff.
Although I've got some cards that'd be good for a fight. Oh, do you want to take all my good cards? Have you got bad cards that you can? 3. Basically, I've got 3 cards that I want to give you.
I can take 3, yeah.
Okay, give me the 3.
Alright, here's
Or you can just discard the
patriotism.
3 and.
Wait, do you want patriotism? Oh, sorry, do you want bad cards?
You could just
Yeah, I'll
discard the
discard the
shitty cards and you could hand him there.
So
and
there's
saves
one.
the steps.
There's another one, there's another one.
Well, I can just put them on and you can pick them up. on the thing as well.
Oh, sure, yeah.
Oh, I was actually going to give you a round revision.
Oh, well. Yeah. I don't think we're going to be in combat, hopefully.
Yeah, well, that's why I'm sort of keeping these. Really? Have you seen what I'm rolling at the moment?
That's why I want you to have a patriotism. Here,
Okay.
take the patriotism.
Okay. Come on, work. Why aren't you? I'm trying to draw. I think the card went somewhere bad.
Don't worry, I'll pick it up. Just
It's a victory, is what I had,
Okay.
which I was trying to give you. It's around somewhere. I don't
I'll
know where
find
it is.
it. Where the hell did you put it?
That's a good question. It's gone somewhere.
You still have 6 cards. It must be
Yeah,
in your
but I
hand.
tried to drag it over to you, and it's just not happening.
Oh, there we
it
are.
is. There we go, finally.
And patriotism. And 2 more cards.
Yeah, these are 2 combat cards, because we may get 2, considering what
Yeah,
my...
Cool. Alright, go for it.
Okay, do I play the patriotism first? No, I can drop all these cards first, and then play the patriotism. Australia, crack 2.
Doesn't New Zealand have one?
Because my character is in fact Australian.
Ah, carry on.
No, but my character is Australian.
Right.
Lucky day, very useful. Oh, replenish. Dissemination. Religion plus 20. Oh, there we go. Just don't get it. That's handy. Crime scene cover up. We may need one of those soon, too.
It's not initial negotiations are going poorly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if you want to spend your points, but...
Well, no, I've got a replenish and a dissemination, so I can
okay.
still keep card cycling.
If you want to trade me the replenish...
I was
Yeah.
going to say he could disseminate
You want
the
the lucky
replenish
day?
to you.
Yeah. I don't want
Yeah.
lucky day.
Okay. Well,
Well,
no, you're putting...
If you're gonna disseminate 2 cards, give me the
Yeah.
replenish and whatever else you want.
I know you may want that one.
Okay.
Okay, I'll throw the lucky day. Crime scene cover up.
I see. Okay. I see how it is.
Yeah. Any reds? Got a red. Magic item goes bye-bye.
Well, the Trump of you just went bye-bye.
No, it's a bag.
No, it's you first, and then Paul.
Oh, me. Right, yeah.
You
Okay.
first.
Ah, good point. That didn't last long.
The Trump of me, because I never actually wrote it down. There we go.
Okay.
Oh, I still got the other Trump. Operate heavy machinery. Nada. Break free. Oh, I can do that. Butterfingers. Nothing at all useful.
Do you want me to replenish?
Yeah, because I'll probably just take another cards again, because none of these are...
Just because initial contact seems to be like going to a place where it's making them darkly suspicious of you doesn't mean that.
Yeah, well, if someone had explained we needed a better cover story, and we actually thought of one beforehand.
They were fine last time we were here.
Well,
No one defer.
Yeah, we didn't speak the language last time. They were just
you see how well this goes.
saying something.
Yeah, you're asking Freddie to plan. You got to be the planner, Jameis. There's no other way. Even though he
Full
knows
group,
a lot.
doesn't matter. Outdoors person. Oh, well, that's nice when we get to keep it. Oh, another victory. Sweet.
Oopla.
Player's choice. Oh, I got a player's choice. Excellent.
I have a player's choice as well. So
Well, that's a re-roll.
yeah. So you have
So
2
I'll play that
rerolls.
as a re-roll. Good.
Yeah.
Okay, it's a re-roll. What was it? Fast talk. That's right.
Uh-huh.
No. I was just seeing if I had.
All right, I'll trade you my player's choice. I'll drop it on the table. Give me whatever you want.
Okay. You take that one, hopefully. No. Well, why is it?
Click on it once, then click away, and then drag it. It messes up.
There we go.
Yeah.
Yeah, have that.
have one. Oh, yeah. Do you have one or do I have? Yeah.
There's the one I put down and disappeared. So
Yeah, and two more.
No, you got two. You got two then. You've
Oh.
got to give one back to me.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
He eventually made his fucking roll.
We're all surprised.
Yes. Give me a listen roll, Reb. I don't need Freddie, you can try your French, and if you make it, a listen roll. Otherwise, you hear murmur, murmur, potato, murmur. Excellent. Want to murmur something to another one who goes, that must be it, he says. And he says, let us see an example of your trade goods.
Do I get the sense that they're treating us as the village idiot?
Give me an empathy roll.
That's what I'm hoping for, to be honest, because that's the best outcome that's going to be. Treat us as the village idiot. Yes.
They think that you're hiding something, but it's something that's not as bad as what they're becoming suspicious you were hiding. But you're not sure what, because you don't know the lore of this world, and Freddie's not good at planning. So there's that. In the future,
yeah, okay. Well, we'll start bringing out some of the trade items.
They look impressed and say, "Good enough."
In the future, they're not going to have me around to go and move things.
Yes, they will assign 4 soldiers to go with you so that you can see the head person of the town.
Cool.
If that is okay. Cool. No problem. You guys, eventually you meet up with like a lady pig tusk person. She's scarred up. Her name is Justine Blanchet. Because everybody has fucking...
Enchanté.
Jesus.
I tried to greet her in French.
He goes,
Baguette.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. She appears impressed with you. She can tell you're trying to be polite. You guys sit down and they offer you some shitty weak beer. She's also drinking the shitty weak. She pours out glasses and, you know. She says, "So, what manner of creatures are you?"
Yeah. Oh, well, worst case that happens is that we die of severe poisoning. Okay.
Yeah, but we're here, Logan.
Are you drinking or not drinking?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm being polite, yeah.
Cool. Give me con endurance rolls to see if you die horribly or are okay.
I would have thought it'd be alcohol drug tolerance.
It's not that bad. It's more like sickness.
I die horribly.
Cool. Now you're going to have the Hershey squirts later. Horrible, horrible Hershey squirts.
Yeah.
Right. This is the only.
I haven't had that before.
This is the only clean one in the village, by the way. Everybody else has got this is definitely a mud place. They harvest mud. That is their whole deal here. You get to see that when you're coming through the village. They pretty much, the big, the shores of the river are covered in mud, and apparently it's good or valuable or something. And from this lady's villa, you can see the boats sail up the river, like big flat bottom boats and stuff, in order to bring other goods that they need, tools and cloth and all that kind of shit. And she says, "So what kind of creatures are you? You are not Yaz."
We already told. Oh, wait. Are you translating for me, Reb? Or?
Yeah.
It's funnier if he doesn't. It just makes you sit there. But...
last we were here, Reb, we told them we were humans. Might want to stick to that story.
Okay. We are humans.
I recognize the wet one, she indicates, Freddy.
How is he wet?
He sweats more than any other human you've ever met because he's constantly nervous, paranoid, and jumpy. Have you ever seen a crack addict?
Oh, we're in the jungle.
Oh yeah, you're sweating normally, but yeah, he can soak a shirt through just standing still in fucking Arctic. You're pretty sure.
I try to explain, but Baguette.
She says, very well. I think we would be happy to do some trading with you if you wish. They suspect that you are from one of these smaller kingdoms and you are perhaps embarrassed by this. Do not worry. We thought that perhaps your kingdom had either permanently or temporarily attached itself from the ever-expanding fog.
Yeah, we have nothing to do with the fog. I gather that's a bad thing. We've got nothing to do with the fog, but
the fog is
purely
good
as
and
explorers.
bad. The fog is good and bad.
Yeah,
You know nothing of these.
We are merely explorers. We intend. You are never going to see a lot of us here. Unless have you ever heard of a Clem's?
Clem. She looks like don't know.
Barber shop. Those haircuts.
Why would you do such a thing?
A barber shop.
So. They.
Hey, he said something.
She looks at him like.
We're small.
So she turns back to you as nothing else seems to be coming. He just goes barbershop, and then she goes, waits, doesn't say anything else, goes back to you. It's like, all right, good for you. Yes, he's trying hard. She says. What do we have that you would like to trade for? To give you an idea of their...
As much, I'm not aware of what...
Well, let me tell you a little bit about their tech level here. You ready?
We broke up.
Okay. Can you guys hear me now?
Yes,
cool.
Probably, maybe.
Here's a little bit about their tech level, just so you know. Windmills, spectacles, brand new, made of wood. Mechanical weight-driven clocks, water mills, lateen sails, rudder, horse collars, horseshoes, wine press. The chimney is a recent invention. Let's see, shitty mirrors, spinning wheel. Stuff like that is what you're seeing. It doesn't look like I'm honestly not sure what you're wanting to get from them here.
Even just money.
We have money.
Well,
she says, yes, of course.
I would sort of, I can sort of bring it up with Freddie, but the main point I'm going to go with is that we are, as I said, explorers, and so we're not really sure what is here to have to buy, other than just maybe money. But we sort of brought along some stuff that we thought might be useful, and we'll find out what's here and then explore and see what's here that we may be of interest in. So it's not like we're sort of saying, oh, we want to take anything from you. We want to see what's here. We're just explorers out here, and we have some things that would hopefully be useful.
She's happy to
spinning wheel. We could blow their mind with a loom.
Yeah. She says, well, I can introduce you to our monetary system, and I will give you a reasonable price for the things. What she's interested in is various pretty glass beads and stuff that didn't really cost you that much. She's not like, oh, God, I've got to have these, but she was like, these would be nice. She suggests selling the threads and stuff in the big city if you make it there, because they have good artisans there. And that's the kind of stuff she tells you that I think that would be good in very fancy clothes, as it is extremely regular. No lumps, no bumps, no twigs. She looks at the guy who's trying to speak French again.
Adventures,
She says, Baguette. Baguette. She has somebody bring him a baguette.
Wait a second. Oh, you have these? I'll ask her which city she meant.
Oh, okay. We're just asking about what the city is and maybe get some directions there and stuff. And apparently, he's been here before, but he wasn't, as you know, he wasn't able to say anything at the time. So
she says,
we're not entirely clear on what exactly was going on. That's why they brought me along.
Of course, she says. By the way, her place is, just so you know, it's kind of up a bit. It's on posts. It's fairly near the river, and it's got a beautiful view of the river and the banks and stuff like that. And it's a lot of open architecture, but it's got woven screens that can be closed if the weather gets shitty. And from the looks of things, it rains all the time. In fact, it even starts raining. They close some of the stuff. It's rather clever crafting, dealing with plants and stuff like that. But yeah, it's a.
Is there a problem with flooding? Is that why it's on stilts?
Oh yeah, we are next to the river. We hope the river floods and then withdraws, so better mud. She's and
that's why it's on stilts generally, is because of the flooding.
Right. She says this is called Ville de Boue. From here. The road is called Le Voie de la Taverne, or Road of the Tavern, as you know it's called, and that goes to Vitranese, the town. Ooh,
just why not?
Right, and hold on, I'm looking at my thing. I'm down to 1,300. I might be done. Now I'm back up again. Jesus, it's bouncing up and down. From there, it goes to the next road is called La Rue de la Perrault.
I say, oui, Vitranese. Why not?
They bring you another baguette to make you happy. And then La Rue de la Perrault goes to the capital.
I've also got 3 notes open, so.
The capital is called Perrault, so it's the road to Perrault. Oh. Perrault is the next road. And yeah, Perrault. That's the main city. She says it is approximately 20,000 people. It is.
We got most of that, Logan.
Yeah. Okay. Basically, it goes from here to a different town, small town, or bigger town, and from there to the capital, 20,000 people.
Okay. Yeah, we got that.
Cool. And
okay.
But I can introduce you to
this
them.
Is as you can see, rather delicate. As you, yeah. Before we get to that rather delicate matters, that as you sort of said, we're sort of from this place that isn't really that great. Is there some way we can easily explain ourselves without drawing too much suspicion?
Say that you are, since you are a very unusual race, I would simply say that you are fog traitors.
Fog traders, okay.
It happens from time to time, but not often. But your race is unknown in this world. Sometimes other kingdoms attach via the fog, and then they detach. Fog trading is extremely dangerous because you may find your kingdom detached and you left alone if you stray too far from it. But other people seem to be able to come and go at their will, so I do not know. Yes. Empathy roll.
Thank you. Yeah, that's wow, I'm just scoring these empathies in this zone, I tell you.
She is now thinking, since that you are now sharing a secret, she is going to get a better price on shit. This makes her happy.
Yeah. That's the other thing. I thought I've no idea. Obviously, we haven't done any kind of bargaining, but I was going to try and aim to sort of be a bit more generous than the bargain would seem. Just so you know, yeah.
Well, and unfortunately, at this point, you actually have no idea what anything is really worth, and you're trading in like colored beads and shit. So, in order to bargain, you have to have a
yeah. I'm just going to be trusting
number.
Peter to.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, you have an idea of what meals and stuff cost, since I put that up on the boards.
That'll give you a starting place.
All in zeets.
Yeah. It's very cheap there. Meals and stuff.
In zeets. Yes.
Yeah.
Now, let's see. As far as the prices and such here, she actually pulls out different coins to show you what they look like. The Zeet, Z-E-T, is fire engine red and square. Weighs about 10 grams if you care. The Louvre is a glowing green metal disc with a hole in the middle. She says there are 10 zeets in one Louvre. Everything is tens. It's very simple, she says.
Mm-hmm.
The carve, she shows you, it is silvery, strong, and flexible, and it is without weight in your hand. And it's also it's made into a small silvery shield with rounded corners. Next, the last one she has is a sarong, which is a greenish blue metal in a crescent with holes in the middle. She says, these come from a dead god. Now, the last one, which I do not have because I am not rich, is the broom. It is a bluish silvery metal that has little bits of fog that come out of it. We suspect it is made of the fog.
And do the zeets and the Louviers look like something that we could fake up?
No, none of these look like something that would be good for faking up. Although these are totally, because they're totally different. They appear, actually give me a metallurgy roll.
Sure.
Okay.
What's my learn? There we go.
Yeah.
You're some metal.
Yeah, you don't even know what kind of metal. They don't look like any earth metals. Totally different.
I was thinking the red thing might be more of a gem that we had, but apparently they're not even gems. What do I know? I know nothing.
Right. So let's see. She will give you. She says, "I'll tell you what. I will give you 20. No, I will give you 50 zeet. I will give you 10 Louvre, and I will give you 2 carve for these goods here. This is, I believe, very generous." Since you nodded, she puts the money down in front of you. You push over like about 20% of your trade goods.
Okay.
That's an easy way to do it. For some of these things, she separates out some of the finer threads and stuff. She says, you should be able to get a decent price for this. I do not know how much. Actually, I will try my appraisal roll. I will fumble, and I will tell you that you should throw it in the river. Yes, that is
okay.
What
what coins did she give us? 50 zeet, 2 Levere, and...
she gave you 50 zeet, 20 Louvre, 2 carve. Okay. That sounds good.
Okay, I'll split that with Freddie, so you get 25, 10, and 10. 10 and 1.
25, 10, and 1, okay.
Yep.
Yeah, this is the easiest monetary system I've ever made. So there you go.
Yeah.
She says,
It's like it's some kind of metric system.
that's weird. Oh, imagine if I was using the traditional British system before decimalization kicked in. Oh.
Yeah.
She says, would you like me to send for a merchant who can tell you the prices of some of the common things so that you get an idea of things? Would this be helpful for you as new traders?
Too quickly, Freddie, do you want to mention?
Yeah, oh, it'd be nice. Yeah.
Yeah, so we have some idea of what the hell we're doing. Would be good. Yeah. Yes, thank you, man.
A merchant is summoned, and I'm going to list off some of the things, and I know Freddie's going to listen to this later on recording, so that I'll list it quickly, and then he can transcribe it. Fair enough? Now, also, these are the average prices for shit. Your results will vary because most people suck at bargaining. Casual clothing is normally like Louvre or more. Adventuring clothing is 5 carve. High-end formal clothing can go from anywhere from 1 to 5 saron, which is a butt ton according to the merchant. Some people lucky enough to get armor, very basic armor. They're looking at anywhere from in the sarons usually for prices. Although he does mention that armor made entirely of carve is very desirable because it weighs nothing. It's still a little bit bulky, but it weighs nothing. So for people having to wear armor around, this is super. Let's see. Other prices. If you wanted a apartment inside of the main city walls at a prime location, you would be looking at around 100 carve per month, or actually, sorry, not monthly. You'd be looking at 300 carve per season. If you were to buy one of the same thing, it'd be like 200 broom for a prime location inside the city wall. Yeah. To just outright buy it. Let's see, for what else might you want? Painting kit, 3 carve. Quick meal,
How much
5.
Yeah, what kind of food do they eat and stuff?
They show you a bunch of stuff that pretty much seems all about, like, because even as you're still talking, Freddie, give me your con endurance roll, please. For your
Another one? I did not.
Oh, you did do one? How'd you do on it?
Yeah, it was really good.
Okay.
Or by a quarter? Oh, great. Yeah, you're keeping it down, but you're like, oh, a little bit. And Rev's already excused himself and discovered where the shit goes 3 different times, and he's just out there going, and it just shows like fucking. And yeah, his belly is not happy. All their food is vaguely poisonous to you, you think.
Okay.
How much was the cheap outfit?
Cheap outfit. Scroll.
Carb, I believe.
1 carve?
Casual clothing is a lever.
Oh, we're there. Okay.
Adventuring clothing is 5 carve.
Okay, sweet.
Let's see. Food you no longer care about so much. Bringing your own is a good idea, although you could live on theirs, but it would not make you happy. Okay?
What about the magic fog items?
This is a very good question. The merchant has to roll to see if he knows or if he has to bring in somebody else. He does have a couple more prices that might help you.
Okay.
Per day for like an adventurer is 5 lever, roughly, up and down from there.
Per day, what?
Like if you want them to go and do something that adventurers can do, go kill a monster or something like that.
I will there. Okay.
Okay, magic items. He rolls to see if he knows, because this is an outpost. This is a gathering resources spot. So they don't have the big. He has not a fucking clue. In fact, nobody here knows. Yeah, he doesn't even have a clue. He thinks it's expensive.
How? I'm interested in the carve. How malleable is it, and how strong?
You're not really sure. It's made into coin form. You'd have to get it into. It seems strong enough to make armor out of, but you'd have to get it to a smith and have them fucking do the heat and unheat and experiment with it. Essentially, you're going to need somebody with some good ass smithing to work on it.
That could be very useful.
It could be freakishly useful.
Imagine making a sword out of that, like super light sword.
It'd be light, but it's not natural that it's so light that it almost floats. It's like weird.
Yeah, when you get a chance, you may want to analyze it from the kind of magical properties.
And possibly other kind of scientific tests, sure. But yeah, they don't know shit about magic items, but they do suggest. She says, "Do you have need of this merchant anymore? Otherwise, we can go back to talking. Do you want more bread?" She asks to Freddie.
I'm alright.
He's fine.
I think we're good to just go back to talking. Thank you.
The merchant is given some. She suggests that you give him like a small spool of thread for his time. Mm-hmm. He goes away fucking happy, like, yeah. You're like, wow, that didn't take much. Here's your 20 cents worth of thread, buddy. You just have fun with that, you know. Right? She says, the magic. You express an interest in knowing more about the magic.
Yes.
There are two different kinds of magic. There's magic items which are left by the fog, because sometimes the fog recedes. Sometimes very brave or very stupid people go into the fog, or they go along the edge of the fog looking for things, but it is dangerous because monsters also can come out of the fog. Yeah? But then there are the chaos magicians. They can cast spells, and they are always evil, illegal, and killed on sight. Anybody casting a spell of any kind, it is always from chaos. You must slay them quickly before they do something horrible to you.